games. Is that a real true thing, or a BS statement that some liberal comes up with? No, we all had that stuff with the Doom controversy and with Columbine on April 20th, 1999, and Virginia Tech and the Sandy Hook, and all these things have happened, and they blame video games for it. Why? Why blame something that people like? Answer is because it's a quick, it's a quick fix for people to think they actually give a damn about something. You can get the liberal and conservatives running around trying to blame everything they can. They blame a guy called Marilyn Manson for Columbine. The two kids listen to techno. For God's sakes, in my high school, you get bullied too. When I was in high school, you listen to techno. It's just the way it is. Sorry, it's a classification in high school. There's always a class in high school. Just like in Halo games, Call of Duty games, there's a class. There's your prestige guys, and your regular guys, and your noobs. And then there's the prestige veterans, there's the casual guys who are decent, and then they're plain noobs that are just noobs. And high school is like the same thing. You have your elite people, you have your semi-elite people, and you have no people. That's just the way it is. And I'm sick and tired of the newscast blaming video games, the music, for every stupid little problem goes on. A bus stops, they blame something. They don't blame the parents. They don't blame the children. They don't blame the school. They don't blame teachers for not solving these issues. The counselors, principals not looking into it. They blame video games, Manson, God, Buddha, Satan, dirt, sand, water. They blame everything else except the issues at hand. Oh, the kid was mentally undisturbed. Did anybody talk to him? No, because the teachers thought he had a problem but didn't want to approach him to offend him. To offend him, person shot and killed said people. Now what's more offensive than that? Two punk-ass kids who feel bad about themselves walk into Columbine and kill 13 people from blowing themselves away. Why? Because they're pussies and they can't handle the fact that their music is stupid and they dress like a bunch of retards. But I digress to argue about it because I really don't care. I'm sick and tired of hearing video games being in the forefront of everybody's thought when something goes wrong bad in this world. When ISIS kills a couple people, you don't run and blame video games for it. Or Call of Duty did. Call of Duty because ISIS is mad at Call of Duty because the op forces, So I don't hear that. But when school shooting happens, oh my God, Call of Duty, Halo, Marilyn Manson, Buddha, Jesus Christ, everything's evil. I've heard people on news blame religious, in religion. Okay, fine. But those two guys didn't believe in God. And even though Dylan Klebold was actually a person who was half Jewish, half Christian, so he said, didn't really sit there and think anything about it. Only blew away people in the library. Yes, he used the N-word when they killed that one Isaiah Schultz. Can't remember the guy's name. The gentleman's name. And I was a junior in high school and my thing went down. I was junior in Northeast High. So you have to understand, it's violent video games have been around since Super Mario Brothers. And people are offensive to Mario. It's me, Mario. Oh, it's offensive to Italians. Really? Wish people would grow a pair of balls and just be quiet. Got people like Whoopi Goldberg saying, it offends me. I'm like, shut up, man. Turn off the damn TV. Tell them to take your $100 million paycheck and shove it up their end. Drive home and put your head in the freezer or something. If you don't want to be freaking offended, don't be offended. They don't do anything. Don't blame video games for every stupid little problem that happens because it's an easy scapegoat because you live in some freaking retarded universe where you think people give a damn. They don't give a damn. If people are going to kill you, they're going to kill you one another. Playing video games just makes it more easier, accessible, to be more digestible to people who don't even play video games. And that's the issue. Well, I don't play video games at all because they're too violent. But you turn on News Channel 5, you've seen all the gory details of a body sitting in the middle of the road, white sheet over him. That's not an acting, dude. No, that's not a staging there. It's a real dead body on that damn freaking white sheet. But yet, that's no more gruesome than taking a zombie's head off and a Dead Rising 3 or cutting them in half with a fireman's axe. But that's more offensive to somebody because you're showing it on a game that's fake. Compared to real life, it was real. Timothy McVeigh blew up the Oklahoma City bombing, the federal building in Oklahoma City, killing like 20, 30 children, babies in a daycare area. That parents worked there. All because he was mad. All because he was mad because of the federal thing about Waco. And I understand Waco. I understand if people want to live in a shell of their own self, live in a shell in their own world, fine. I'm all for the government leaving people alone. Let people live their life. But one Yahoo tried to play the fact that he played video games when he was a kid. He didn't play games at all. I'm like, you kidding me? Maybe he played an hour of Super Mario Brothers. Oh yeah, I made him kill in 1995. Or 93, 95. Oh yeah, I made him kill. And Columbine and Eric Harris, Dylan Klebold, you admired him and Hitler in Waco, and they killed because they wanted to kill. And yet you're gonna blame video game, Marilyn Manson, Buddha, Jesus Christ, all these things because you don't want to take responsibility. That maybe the newscast showing the gory details of Waco could have got a lot of people who are mentally disturbed, even more mentally disturbed. But I don't think mentally disturbed is a good course to say because most school shootings happen by angry depressants, not by people mentally disturbed. So that one guy who shot that one lady in Arizona. I think that one guy who killed people, that one cheerleader massacre guy who killed those cheerleaders, or a sorority killer, California was mentally disturbed, and that guy at Virginia Tech was mentally disturbed, and even that guy up at Newtown, I've heard. But most school shootings happen by somebody who's angry depressants. So I don't feel that people need to blame video games for the whole thing. And if your kid's angry depressant and think about suicide, there's numbers to call, there's doctors to go to, things you can do, parent. And you wake up and realize most kids want help. The only problem is there's two people in the world they don't want to know. Won't want them to know is A, their mother, and B, their father. Why? Because they don't want to bring burden to them. That's why they hold it from them. That's why they're probably a lot more aggressive around them. But they'll tell a friend, they'll tell their parent, they'll tell a counselor, they'll tell a police officer, they'll tell a doctor, they'll tell a pastor. Why? Because they want to confess it, they want to get it out of them, they want to get help. But angry depressants have a hard time dealing with that. And Dylan Klebold was angry depressant. Eric was a sociopath. So two of them were two different worlds. But when Dylan started bringing it, when Dylan started believing what Eric was telling him, it was all over for everybody else in that school because he was made that point he's going to kill people and kill himself. So Dylan wanted to kill himself, and then he got his wish. Now most of them don't kill themselves, some do. That one kid, that one nut job at Newtown, I think played Call of Duty or whatever, or Halo. Oh, it's games are evil. He killed his mother, who worked at the school. I don't know if I'm in the same classroom or not. I don't know if the same classroom or not, but went in there, shot and killed those children. The parents, adults try to protect the children by using their body as shields. And I salute them for their sacrifice. I'm ashamed that they had to die for that, but they jumped from the bullets. Now, did he go around and kill the kids anyway? I don't know. Hope not. Hope the kids are young enough where they won't remember. I pray that the kids are too young enough to remember it. But with the media splashing all over the damn freaking internet and freaking TV, they'll probably remember it. It'll probably be emotionally disturbing for a lot of them. Now, what can we do to solve these issues with school shootings? Is A, tightening up on bullies, if it is the cause, bullies the cause. Getting bullies harsher punishments for bullying. Getting kids who are more aggressive outlets, painting, auto mechanics, future farmers of America, football, baseball, constructive things that can help them. Maybe not sports, but maybe a future farmers of America, maybe shop, build houses, and do construction classes. Some schools have vocational schools. Some high schools now are freaking vocational schools now. Built in the high schools. Like my high school now is practically a vocational high school. You could take classes in gaming and stuff, and classes in medical stuff. Find a kid what to do. Those can deter too. Get them around adults that actually care about what the kid is doing. Get parents involved. Parents involved with certain literature. Maybe finding out when Johnny and Susie finally comes to a doctor, and they confront Johnny and Susie together with a psychiatrist, and find out their problems, and they can work on it. And maybe going to church more often. Maybe going to Bible studies. I don't know. Whatever the parents have to do to get these kids off the killing train and onto the train of recovery. Because if we don't stop this, that's going to continue to happen. And there's prevention. There's Rachel Rachel's Challenge, kindness, and there's hundreds of things you can do. But it starts with us, adults, teenagers, friends. If you know somebody who's struggling, don't stop and say, "Well, it's just a fad. They're going through it." You never know. You might be in class one day at lunchtime and hear pop, 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 and I ain't fireworks going out their son. Columbine, people thought it was a prank. They found out it wasn't a prank, with 13 dead bodies. And hundreds more came out about 15 years after Columbine. We need to stop this. With God, with whatever you need. But kids want to find help. They have tons of ways to find help. They don't talk to the parents off the bat. They can talk to the school counselor. The next step, I meet with the parents. And they can do this stuff, secretly. So nobody has to know. That's the way it is. It ain't gonna be easy, but we can find out. Blaming guns and blaming Manson and blaming games are not gonna solve the issues. Banning games, banning Manson, banning guns ain't gonna solve the issues, folks. I'm sorry to tell you this. No, I'm not 33 years old and I know it's stupid. I research, I read, and I understand. It is hard, but we can grow from this if people just grow and be cool with each other. So, be blessed, be safe. I'll see all you guys on the battlefield.